appreciation, a beautiful appreciation, a beautiful thank you to the leadership of the Mindshift initiative for this opportunity to moderate. It came as a shock. I wasn't expecting it. So I want to say thank you especially to the convener and to the co-conveners for this opportunity, who has taken it upon themselves to ensure that everybody is trained, everybody is learning, and everybody is growing as we go ahead in this webinar sessions. I do not want to waste so much of our time because I believe our speaker has a lot to talk to us about today. If you have been under his teaching, I was just teasing him earlier on. If you have been under his teaching, you will know that this speaker is powerful. He's fireful, rather. Every time he speaks, it's like fire falls, like the Elijah of our time. So we want to ensure that we give him enough time to actually teach us. You don't need to put your hands on your head. What I'm saying is the absolute truth, and I'm sure that we have. Thank you. You see, I already have a witness. I already have a witness. I already have a witness, right? So, sorry, let me just pause this. Okay. So, now, before we go into the introduction of our speaker for today, before we bring him on board, I'm going to call on the convener rather to charge us for the next 2 minutes. Is going to bring us into the spirit of Mindshift. It's going to remind us about the reason we are here. Afterwards, we'll introduce the speaker for today, and then we'll go straight into today's business. Mr. Oluwaseun Banja, the floor is yours.
All right. Thank you very much, Debbie. Thank you. It's such a pleasure to have you do this. Feels a bit strange, quite unusual. All right, for us to have a new face, but of course, that is all what Mindshift is all about. Bringing out the very best in people, giving the people opportunities to express themselves and to really discover who they are. And that is what Mindshift is all about. And I want to excitedly welcome each and every one of you to tonight's meeting. I am particularly excited at the prospect of having Kome Joboy, my brother in faith, speak to us today. And I have just 2 minutes, so I'm just going to say that we are looking at today, we are going to be talking about developing the leader in you. And I believe that you will agree with me that leadership, the world today is actually in need of great leaders. We're in desperate need of leaders with vision. The world is in desperate need of leaders who knows what it is to be leaders, of transformational leaders. Every sector of the world is crying out desperately for great leaders, right? And that means that leadership is a scarce commodity. So if you do have leadership skills, then it means that there is a market for you. It means that there is a place for you in this world. And you also agree with me that everywhere, there are evidences of bad leadership. Most times we complain that in our country, we are great people, we have great resources, but we are lacking great leaders, And it's not just at the national level, you have leadership challenge, even down to the basics, your schools, your HOC in school, At times you look at the person and say that this person is not giving us what we need as a leader, down to churches, down to your local government, down to your offices, state, national level, even globally. Look at the world today. A lot of the things that are going on around the world, wars and economic challenges are all outputs, results of bad leadership. So which means that the world is crying out for good leaders. And if you have a situation like that, then it means that you have an opportunity to make a difference. It means that if you are a leader or you embrace leadership, you develop the leadership skill, you develop the leadership abilities within you, then there's a place for you. It means that there is a market for you. It means that there's a real opportunity for you to make a difference. So I'm not going to preempt our speaker today. I'm just going to say that as Mindshift, we believe that people have the ability. I want to help them to refine this ability. We want to help them to change their thinking, change their mindsets, and be able to bring out the very best in them. So I would leave my speaker, a brother in whom I'm well pleased. We've come a long way, and I trust that he's going to do justice to the lecture today. And that every one of us, I just want to enjoy you, have your pen, have your paper, note down your questions as they come. I always say it all starts with your mind. So if you're able to change your mindset, then you're able to achieve a whole lot, unlock possibilities and opportunities that you never knew existed for you. So for now, that's what I have to say. I'm looking forward to learning a whole lot myself, and as convener and on behalf of my co-conveners, Ebondo Ajidono and Mrs. Inyade Ugonjemita, I want to welcome everyone warmly to today's meeting, and I'm looking forward to a great outing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Please let's give virtual claps to our convener. Thank you so much for that charge. Thank you so much for that warm welcome. Another thing that we should know is that in Mindshift webinar, we do not just come here to just listen, we come here to actually learn. So I implore every one of us that as the session is going on, we take notes, we jot down important points, we jot down our questions, and we rest assured that as you do that and you raise it with us, we are definitely going to give answers to them. Now, going straight into the introduction of our speaker for today. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, so going straight to our speaker for today. Our speaker for today is Kome Michael Jogoy, who is a pharmaceutical consultant who has worked with leading pharmacy brands in Nigeria, such as MedPlus and HealthPlus, and has also gained experience within the insurance sector at Harris Holding Insurance. He's currently the CEO of Clironomia Pharmacy, an online pharmacy that is committed to expanding access to quality healthcare. He's passionate about leadership and mindset transformation. I want us to please give virtual claps and virtual welcome to our speaker for today. But before I quickly hand over to him, I'm going to say something that is not in this autobiography. I'm just going to give ladies, single ladies, an hint, or rather a hint, right? What is not here is the fact that our speaker is not married, has no children. So after today's fire has dropped, please ensure that you send a DM. See, this is your cue to shoot your shot. All right, thank you so much. You're welcome on board, Mr. Kome Jogoy.
Wow, thank you so much. That was unexpected. Good evening, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sure, we can hear you.
All right, good evening. That was so spontaneous. What was this thing about marriage all of a sudden?
She just
Marriage
casted you. She just casted you live to the whole world. See casting.
in fact, that to be honest. But let's get rolling. Okay, I want to say a big thank you to everyone here today, starting from the leadership of Mindshift. It is actually an honor to be here today. Please, can we give virtual claps? Please, thank you so much. It's such a great opportunity to be here and to also learn with other people in the field. Today, I promise I won't take so much of our time. I would go straight to the point so that we can get value for our time, right? It took a lot for us to take out of our tight schedules to be here and also learn because we want to grow. There's so many things happening in the world, and we choose to actually give this a priority. For this, I say thank you. Thank you to everyone on Mindshift that actually thought about me. It is actually an honor, right? Um, First thing first, can we do something? Can we think about a period in history that has resonated with us and type it down that we would have loved to witness? Can we type it in the chat? A part of history that you would have loved to witness. Hello.
Yes, we are. Yeah, I
Can you
believe
guys hear?
typing. Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, nice. Okay, I can see Nigerian Independence Day. That's nice. Please, nobody should write Ikeja bomb blast. Oh, that was a terrible day. Please. Oh, is it just one person in this meeting? I can see different people. Okay, I'll take it again. A part of history you would have loved to witness. A part of history you wished you have been alive to witness. You can just type it down in the chat. When fuel was put for 85 naira. And also, thank you so much. I can see some of my colleagues from work. Thank you guys for being there. God bless you guys. It's really an honor. And I must say, I posted this on my WhatsApp, right? And the messages were just flooding in. And it was unusual and unexpected. And some of them promised that they'll be here today. So I want to believe that Mindshift is actually God ordained and God's vision for his people, right? It is so amazing. I've never gotten so much likes after sharing the flyer and also people commenting because some people do not know I actually do this. So to them, for them, it's like a surprise, right? Um, okay, since I can't get so much response, I believe I can just go ahead from, yeah, I'll just give like a minute. I'm saying Ghana must go when fuel was sold for 85. Wow. And now fuel is about 1,000 plus, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, colonization, that's a good one. All right, thank you for everyone that responded. Today, we'll be talking about something very interesting and something very dear to me and something I'm very passionate about. It's leadership, right? I remember like years ago, where I was doing my internship as a pharmacist in Nigeria. Well, I would say the basics of who I am, or part of my being or coming into being as a person, was built in a particular company, right? Which is Tehila Pharmacy. The reason I'm saying this is because everyone here needs a mentor. Oh, yeah, I'll say it again. Everyone needs a mentor. The place you are going to or your destination where you intend to be, someone has plowed through that road. And it becomes faster and becomes easier when you have someone to direct you or you have someone who has gone through that same road. It becomes easier. So my mentor back then, he would take us through series of leadership class from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. every Monday for the next 2 years. I'll be listening to what? John C. Maxwell. I don't know how many of us know John C. Maxwell. Can we type? Or is it possible we respond? I don't know how interactive this can be. Okay, I got a yes. Who else has heard of John C. Maxwell? Apart from the convener. Okay. Yes. So we would understand that he talks a lot, yes, about leadership. And so some of his principles, or most of his principles, when you apply it, you tend to see results, right? So we'll go into the subject for today and do our best to hit the nail on the head, and we can become impacts wherever we are. Okay, so I'll be starting on this note that I want to tell us a story, right? The story of a servant. There's a servant, right? And the master came into some information about him and was like, I've been hearing that you've been misusing the position I gave to you. You've been mismanaging the resources that were given to you as the manager. What is this that I have heard about you? Then the servants to this master had no concrete response because of certainty and of truth. He has misused the resources that were given to him. But the funny thing was that he knew that he has wasted the resources, and he knew that the next decision the master would take is to drive him out. So what did he do? He was smart about it. He said to himself, I have attained a high position where people regard me. I've gotten to a level where if I'm being chased from this place, people will laugh at me. Do you know what he did? He said, okay, my master has people that owes him money, that I'm supposed to be collecting these resources, gather these things that are being owed, and give it back to my master. So he went ahead, calling them the debtors one by one. I said, okay, for instance, how much do you owe my master? And some would tell him, okay, we owe 200,000 naira. He said, okay, bring 100,000 naira and I'll settle your bill for you. To another, he said, okay, you're supposed to give us 10 bags of yams, but you've not brought anything. The person will say, yes. I said, okay, I know you cannot give us everything. Just give us a portion of that and I will clear your debt for you. So he kept on doing that until all the debt was settled. But mind you, there's a lesson there to be learned. He did it for half the price they were supposed to produce, or half of whatever they were supposed to give to the master. And in the end, you will think that the master would have been so upset with him. But the reverse was the case that happened. And the master came into foreknowledge of this and I was like, you are very smart for doing this. And one of the greatest mentors we have is Jesus. And Jesus said, the children of the world are in their generation more wiser than the children of light. Please let us sink in. The children of the world in this generation, they are wiser than the children of light. And it touched me because if this is coming from one of the greatest men to ever walk this earth, then it means we have a lot of things to do. In the organization where you are, the school you are going to, the choir department you find yourself in, the relationships, the marriage, whatever position you are in, you find yourself. There's a statement saying that those that don't even see the light, they are more wiser than we that are in the light. I've been opportune to be an intern, like I said, at the Healer Pharmacy, right? And in the beginning, they wanted to sack me. After 2 months of internship, life is not fair. It has never been fair, and it will never be fair. Please, are we listening? Life is not fair. It has never been fair. Even if you're a good person, you will go through challenges. So they wanted to sack me. Jesus Christ. An anointed person, who you are not exempted. So what do? I went back to my drawing board. I was like, hey, God, please don't allow me to sack me, because before I saw this job, I saw far. Oh, and it's a modern. It wasn't easy. I said, Oluwa, do not forget me. I beg you. What will I tell my father that I went to work and they sacked me? But I didn't give up, right? I said, I might not be the smartest person. I might not be doing what the organization wants right now. But there's one thing I can do. I can control, which is what? Myself. I can become a better version of what? Myself. And that's why we are talking about developing what? The leader within you. Challenges will come. You cannot escape it. It will come. You're in your 20s. We used to shout, a fool at 40 is a fool forever. Some of us were heading to 40. Some of us were in our 30s. You're in your 20s now. You can do anything. Somebody in their 30s, they are restrictive. I was talking to a friend at the office the other day, and she was like, I've been baking, I know how to dance, now I'm cooking well. I said, yeah, in your 20s, you can do try and error. Somebody in their 30s cannot take certain risks. Please, if you're in your 20s, yeah, you can do all manner of things trying to find yourself. But somebody in their 30s is already limited. And mind you, scientifically proven, the brain fully develops at what? 25. So it means whatever you have done before 25, it was not even truly you performing at your best. So don't put so much pressure on yourself. If you are 30, yes, your brain will be matured. So now, if you are, for instance, if you are in a relationship and you are dating, so you are 30 years dating someone in 20s, it already shows the age gap. And if you are talking something, the person is hearing A and interpreting B. So sometimes, you see now it works. Your brain is fully matured. The other person in 20 is not fully matured. So there's something within us that you have a goal, you have a vision for your life. Nobody on this earth can love you more than yourself. Whatever plan and whatever vision you have for your life, it has to start what now. Wait for no man, as they say. So if you have that business idea, you want to become the biggest influencer in Nigeria, good for you. What are you doing about it? You be on TikTok, you watch Merlin. Somebody say Merlin. Merlin. You, you watch another thing. And you say, God, help me. Now this thing go help me blow. And you're not doing anything. Some people will not even come for things like this. Do you understand? And you not say, the grace of God will work for me. Yes, there's a portion for it, but you have to do your work. That's why you have to be a leader. You have to lead yourself first. You get? Leadership simply means influence. Everything rises and falls on leadership. What are you influencing people to do? Right? To meet certain goals in their lives. Simple put. Nothing more, nothing less. That's what leadership is. So you are trying to bring out something that God has deposited in you. Yes, people will say leaders are born. But I raised you a bar that leaders are made. There is nothing stopping you from becoming a better version of yourself. You have to put on the work. You're a content creator here, right? You wake up by 12 p.m. No, this is, I'm saying, they seem like a joke, but from experience, that's what the conversation, because I'm a consultant, right? I meet with different people on a daily basis and different backgrounds of life. I'm into retail pharmacy, right? And people come, sometimes when they become friends, we start talking and we tend to advise. You have to lock in. You don't have enough time. If not, you just wake up one day frustrated that life has not been fair to you. But what did you do? If you keep doing the same thing, let's say last year, you kept on doing the same thing, you will see the same results. There is no magic. I'm sorry to burst your bubbles. God is not a magician. Your grace that will work for you if you don't put in the work, let me just tell you now. It is when you go and meet, you want to buy a mala, they'll give you extra 2 that you not asked for. It will speak for you in abundance. Say, this woman like me, I'll chop fufu. You man give me extra this thing and coke. That coke will rise your blood pressure, rise your blood sugar level. That is the grace of okay. You understand? So everything, if you want to know a successful life, it starts from what? How that person leads yourself. Everything rises and falls on what? Leadership. In Nigeria today, we are experiencing, I want to be very careful so that they don't come and carry me where I am. I don't know who is on this platform. You understand? But we are suffering from the effect of bad government, of bad leadership. right? So if we take, okay, something just popped into my head. If you take the data statistically for, you would think the way we are suffering in this country, the or certain people at certain age would take charge and say, no, some things must change. But when they gave a statistics of the countries that utilize social media the most, right? Nigeria was part of the top 5 countries. And the people that developed this social media presence and everything, they were not even found in the top 10. Please, billionaires, they don't sleep. They are constantly finding ways to make themselves better. So I was given a backstory of, I decided to go back, study, because I was about to be sacked. Then I started becoming better, right? At the end of the day, long story cut short, this same company, after 2 months, because I was coming so far, they rented an apartment that was worth 1 million naira that I should come and stay there. So I was opportune to enter into an estate, and this estate was purely designed for billionaires in Nigeria. Then I started monitoring and started looking at their lifestyles. See, these guys, they don't sleep. They're trying to make the best decisions that they have, how they can be better, how they can increase. In fact, you're going to call it their money, right? How they can increase it. They don't sleep. 1 a.m., some of them, they're outside making business deals before they go inside. And I was opportunity to work with one of them. I sit down and I'll say, you have money, so what else are you looking for? I'm encouraging us today, please, you don't have time. I've seen a lot of frustrated people by 30, 35, giving up on life. You are young, you are here, you have access to this platform. Please, whatever vision and goal you have for your life, it depends solely on what? On you. It depends on you. So I'm going to tell you a story about the Chinese dynasty, right? The Qing dynasty. This dynasty lasted for 300 years, right? And the funny thing about the story is that the people that took over government from the previous dynasty, which was the Ming dynasty, was just 2% of the total population of China. How did they achieve this? Imagine just a clan, like a small part of Yoruba tribe, for instance, taking charge of this entire Nigeria. And that government lasted for 300 years. Some people will rule a particular nation in this present day for just 30 years. People will be shouting that this man has stayed. I always tell people, when you see things happen, go to the past and track it. It has existed before. How to come out from that problem, you will see it. If the divorce rates are so high, There's a reason. I'm currently doing an intense study on divorce, an intense study on apologetics. To me, my goal is to become top 1% apologist in the world. That's defending my faith with intense exegesis. So if I'm going to do that, I have a lot of things to study. So when you're calling me, baby, honey, I'm not eating today, what is your problem? Whatever you want to do it now. Because you'll be talking to minds that are highly intelligent. So when the platform comes up for you to stand on stage or for you to reproduce all that you've been waiting for, it is not then you'll be planning for it. You would have started, yes, investing, coming to seminars like this, reading books. You've been leading yourself. So I'll be talking about how we can develop ourselves, how we can bring out the leadership that has been deposited within us. So if we are saying leadership is all about influence, right? First of all, we must, first of all, lead ourselves. So the first thing we have to do is to lead yourself. Please, if you have pen and paper, you can write it. I know my time is almost up. Self-leadership. I can't do enough justice to leadership itself within the stipulated amount of time, because it's a very broad and very sensitive topic that we all need in our lives. You see the way I'm passionate about this thing. I've not even started. We are just building foundational blocks. This one is just my introduction. Most times, my sister knows me favor, and I tell her something. If I'm not around and you are there, you are supposed to be a representative of me. If come and know the favor day, she go do am. That's leadership. So most times I have deep conversations about exegesis and the rest with her. So very soon I expect her in the next 2 years, when you are talking with her, she'll say, hey, who be this one? Yes, that's my sister. And she's my personal project. There I can be watching TikTok and all this. Now, thank God for her. There. No, my siblings, they are here. Thank you for joining, guys. I appreciate you. So, number one, self-leadership. Please, you can't lead anybody if you cannot lead yourself, right? The first thing you have to do is develop yourself. Look at yourself. Write down your goals, first of all. People don't write, because you know why? It's very good for you to write down your goals. You can forget the reason why you started something. I'm telling you, when Sapa BMSC slap you from left, when you go to work, somebody has angered you, or life has decided to turn you like ever, you will forget. And it's in human nature that if we don't constantly remind ourselves about a particular memory, right, we'll forget, because the neurons in our brains, right, they will diminish. So that memory, that's why you cannot remember your memories when you were like in primary 5 clearly. But the conversation you had yesterday, you can remember it. So if I ask you what you did the first day of secondary school, narrate the entire story, you can give me some insights, but it cannot be so clear, because why? The neurons, the neural pathways, right, they've diminished. The only way it becomes relevant, because your brain acts as a survival mechanism, it can only store what is very important to you. That is why emotional trauma, things that are of intense emotions, we tend to remember it. See, this guy break my heart. This girl breaks my heart. The Lord will, I know the insult person. Now God go punish others. Your brain will remember it as if it was yesterday because it was an intense emotion. So write your visions for your life. Where do I see myself in 5 years? Please always have, you are in 2026. Where you intend to see yourself, where you intend to see your business, where you intend to see your relationship, your careers, your family, whatever goes, please write, list them down. Then, how do I get to this destination? Please, one mistake I see young people doing nowadays is they will sit down at home from morning till night and nothing good comes out of it. You are just repeating the same pattern and you will get the same result. Hey, is this the moderator? Is my time up? Hey, Jesus. Iradenia, man. Okay. Right? So please lead yourself. That is number one. Number 2 point is identity. Number 1 is self-leadership. You can't lead other people if you don't know who you are. Number 2, identify yourself as a leader. From today, develop a mindset that I want to be a better version of myself. If I need to study to be a better version of myself, I will study. If I want to start that business, I will learn about finance, I will learn about management, and I will be better. My brother will always say, whatever you are doing now, just know it's a preparation for a leadership position tomorrow. He's one of the people I admire when it comes to leadership because he's exceptional with it. I see the way he handles the choir with so much love and so much respect that they have. Some people have fired them from the choir since, but I've learned how he does it. So most time he tells me, guy, you have to calm down. I'm like, okay, let me listen to you about certain things. Right? He's my other brother, but also you need to learn from other people. Please belittle yourself and learn. The emphasis is learning. You would enjoy it tomorrow. Yes, I've worked with MedPlus, I've worked with Health Plus, I've worked with HERS. It's not beans. These are top organizations, to be honest. And I was employed on sports. After they did not say go and come back tomorrow. They are giving people go, come back, no, on sports after the interview. Because of what I have within me. I know myself. That is the only way you can be confident. So if you're a fashion designer, learn new things, be flexible. Don't say, this is how my Oga taught me. Learn new things. The world is constantly evolving. This is why countries fail. This is how individuals rise in life. Because of what? Leadership. Like I said, it is very broad. I will not be able to do justice to everything. But pick up books by John C. Maxwell. Learn about leadership more. Jordan P. Peterson. Friedrich Nietzsche, but please don't read Friedrich Nietzsche if you are not sound psychologically. Because the things they are saying, like I said, I want to be top 1 apologist, right? That is a controversial person that has a lot of things to say about religion. And I must learn it because when people come up to you and want to know why they should give their life to Christ, you have to be able to counter them and give them a reason why. You understand? So number 3 has to do with decision making. Please, every day you are going to make a decision about your life. Everything should be with intentionality. The people of this world, they are much wiser than we that are in the light in this generation. You must take intentional steps to making yourself a better person. Study. I don't know why I keep saying this thing. Learn. Readers are leaders. Learn, study, because when the platform comes, you won't have the time to start learning them. In the next 5 years, I want to see multi-billionaires among us. For this version, I want to even see a podcast coming out where we can interact. Right? Please take responsibility of your life. That's number 4. I'm almost done. Take ownership of your actions. Take ownership of your actions. See, when very simple, right? Adam, where are you? Who told you you were naked? Is the woman that gave you that told you to eat the meat? He did not take responsibility. Eve denied responsibility. The only person that took responsibility was the snake, and leadership was given to him. He took authority immediately. A snake take authority over a human being. Oh, Iradeniame. And number 5, growth will always be discomfortable. It is never a nice experience. You want to become the next billionaire? You want to become the next social media influencer? Those guys, they walk. You think it's easy staying in camera, slap like this, do it like this? You do hours and hours of makeup. Do you understand? But they go the extra mile. If you are doing something so comfortably, no, you're not growing. This is what I say to myself. If you meet me and I do something and it is not nice, it is not okay, I'll go back, I will review. When you come back next week, I should be a better version of myself. So if you met me, I scored 15/20. Next week, I should be getting 17/20. That's how I think. So your mindset is everything.
Just to let you know that we're actually out of time, but we can give you another 2 minutes just to round up.
All right. So in essence, this is, like I said, an introduction. We are going to go deep, and I excluded some certain things like nature, how morality determines leaders. And it was of the opinion that we have watered down civilization based on exchanging what morality should be. Who says being humble is good? Those are the kind of questions he's asking. Who was the sole definer of that? And I was amazed, because I usually think like that. If they say a man should be a provider, who said so? Where is this coming from? Where is the basis of our argument? But we'll go about that another time, right? So please, if you are here today, there's one thing I want you to take on. You are the sole decider of your destiny. No devil, no devil. Because if you ask yourself, how is it that people that don't even believe in devil, they are being successful on earth? And Jesus actually said something so profound. He said, make good relationships here on earth succeed, and also keep your eye words on heavenly matters. So be wise as serpents and be gentle as doves. You need a mentor. Number one, you need good relationships to take you far. You cannot do it all alone. You need to grow yourself and you need to become a leader. Change your mindset today and you become a better version. I bet you nothing can stop you once you become a better version of yourself. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much. Please let's give virtual rounds of applause to our speakers for today. Let's give him virtual claps. Let's give him virtual claps. I personally learned a lot. I am not surprised that he didn't have enough time. I said this thing from the beginning that he is a man of fire. And when he starts, I knew that 40 minutes was not going to be enough, but he has been able to do justice at least to the introduction. So please let's give him virtual claps and let's just appreciate him. Wow, this was really an insightful session. And even though I know that our speaker didn't have enough time to, go through everything that he wanted to go through, I would implore you, sir, to please share your full slides with us so that we can share with the community and then they can always go back to it. And I believe that very soon we would, bring you back to come and complete this session. We really need you. When he starts to speak, he doesn't speak his age. He speaks as a man of fire. Someone said I forgot to introduce him as a prophet. He is a prophet. All right. So, and just in case you do not know, the organizations that he has worked with, MedPlus and Health Plus, are truly big organizations. I've had to interface with MedPlus severally, and I know for sure the processes and the structure that is in that place. So being a leader or talking about leadership, you need to actually be a leader. You must have been in that sphere of leadership. I know that many of us would have questions or a few questions actually. So please, you can drop them in the chat box and we can take as much questions as possible or a few questions just so that we do not take so much of our time. So recap for those who joined late, I'm going to say a few things that I personally learned while the speaker was speaking. The first thing is that you need to lead yourself. You cannot be a leader to lead a group of people if you're not leading yourself. And that knowing yourself, identifying your own self as a leader, knowing your potential is also key. Another thing that he said, though he didn't say
Hello.
Okay, so I suspect that her network. Okay, she's back. She's back.
Yes, apologies for that interruption. Yes, so you need to believe to yourself and learn, because learning in being a leadership, you must be teachable. And then you must also make decisions with intentionality. Your decisions must be intentional. You cannot just make random decisions. And I think most importantly is talking about having a mentor and then having good relationships. Relationships are key. Relationships, someone once said that relationships are the biggest currency, right? So right now in this world, you need relationship, especially in a country like Nigeria. You need relationship to really get you to places. So we'll open the floor now for a few questions. If you have questions, you can unmute yourself or you can signify by raising your hand and then we will call you in order. Because of our time, we'll be able to take just 3 questions. So the first 3 questions that comes in, we'll be able to take and address. If you do not feel comfortable speaking, you can drop your questions in the chat box and we would ask this directly to the speaker. So the floor is open. While you're waiting for questions to come in, please note that all our sessions are recorded and that you are going to have access to this recording on our YouTube channel. The link to this session has also been dropped in our chat box, so please do well to follow and subscribe to our channels. Follow us on all social media handles. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, and you can also join our WhatsApp community. All right, do we have any questions? Does anyone want to ask any question? Any questions at all? Okay, so I assume that we do not have any questions. Before we round off, because we are past time is gone already. Before we round off, I'm going to give 1 minute to one of the co-conveners, Mr. Eboluwajudono, to just speak to us briefly, and then we can close.
Hi everyone, please confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Okay,
Yes, sir.
good. All right, thank you so much, Mr. Kume. It's been a great honor to have you here with us, and thanks to our moderator. Thanks
Thank
to
you so
everyone
much.
else that have actually contributed to this discussion today. Trust me, this is an important aspect of our growth process. In my little years of experience when it comes to leadership development, our speaker actually emphasized on the starting point, and trust me, that is the topic for today. We must first start by leading ourselves. We often say that we are the leaders of tomorrow, but trust me, it starts from we even leading our own self before we can say we want to lead a team. Because one of the very important components of leading yourself, which is one of the things they also mentioned, is being able to manage your emotions. And that's where we talk a whole lot about emotional intelligence. And I will do a good work of sharing a tool on our WhatsApp community, even after today's session, where we can actually test ourselves, see how emotionally intelligent you are. Trust me, that is the first point of you being able to really manage your emotions, manage how you relate to people, and then before you start aspiring to lead a team, lead an organization, and then leading maybe a project or a large component of an organization. But first and first, start by developing that leadership component and a skill in you. So I must say that it's been a privilege being part of this conversation today. A lot more is still in the pipeline in terms of webinars that will be coming up this year. Before the end of April, or by the first week of April, you have an insight into what will be coming up in the month of April. So we want to encourage everyone to please keep telling people about this initiative. It's just a platform for us to keep learning. We cannot overemphasize the reason why we must learn. So please, we encourage us to please tell people about this initiative, invite them to subsequent sessions, and always support us by registering and sharing all our flyers when it's time for us to have subsequent sessions. Once again, thank you so much for having us. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the great insights that have been shared, and thanks to our moderator. Also, again, I'll give it back to the moderator. Thank you. Bye for now.
Thank you very much. So I learned one important skill while moderating today. That if you want the speaker to round up, just turn on your video. So that's something I've figured. That's why I turned on my video, because I've been trying to do like this, but nobody is answering me. So my face had to come out. All right. Thank you, everybody, for taking the time to actually join us in today's edition of Mindshift webinar. I believe beyond every reasonable doubt that you have learned, your mind has been shifted in the right direction. And we implore you to please join us next month. This webinar comes up on the fourth Sunday of every month by 6 p.m. Please invite as many people as possible. Bring them on board. We always have lively sessions that really help us grow and become better versions of ourselves. And we say thank you to everybody. Have a wonderful evening and see you next month. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, bye. Bye, everybody.
Guys.
Damilola Chima Ogundokun, thank you. Bye. Abodunrin, thank you.